This is just going to be a little quick talk on sprouting, and if you want any more information after I get done, then please, ask. I started sprouting because of birds. I have parrots, and a mutual friend of Jonas and I, Leslie Moran, has done a lot of research on the benefits of sprouting for her birds. She had problems with feather picking and lack of nutrition. And come to find out that seeds alone are not a good enough nutrition for birds. So by making a few short steps and taking the seeds and adding water, letting it sit for a minimum of 12 hours, it expands the nutrition tenfold, and increases the vitamins and the minerals, and they have a nutritious meal that way. So I do that. I do a seed diet because they do like their seed, but daily I give them some of that, and then as I am giving them some seeds, I eat a mouthful myself.
Why not? Good for them, good for you.
If you'd like, please come up. I made a sprout salad. It's got spinach, sprouts that I sprouted on Wednesday, cucumbers, carrots, bell peppers with a miso sesame dressing. So
that's why I like it.
yeah.
Too.
I'll get it to you.
Great.
Very easy. So just quickly, I started. This was. Do I have these lined up? No. Okay. So this is. I started soaking this on Tuesday. And I'm going to pass these around. You'll see as each day, more and more of the sprout comes out of the, actually that's Sunday. And take a smell of the sprouts. Now they should be smelling green and alive.
I was going to say earthy even, yeah.
Yes, yeah. And you'll see as each day goes by, the ones that have the really long tail are actually mung bean sprouts, and they're the ones that you buy at the store. The ones at the store don't have that white, or all white, and these still have the casing, the seed casing around them. And then that's the one from Thursday. So it's just got a little itty bitty. Now you can start eating those as soon as that little tail comes out, because that means that
I was going to say, I could maybe
it's growing and alive. Yeah.
So, you soak them for 12 hours, right? Then you throw that water away and then you soak them again.
No,
they can do it.
That is a different. That's the Rejuvelac, which is a totally different thing.
Okay.
All these sprouts, I actually do it under the sink, right? So I fill it up to the top, and I just circulate the water around so that it's rinsing them really well. And then I have one of these sprout lids on, along with the, so it's on tight. And then I'm just
so you can
rinsing, and I do that probably 6 or 7 times, because when the first couple of times, it'll probably be pretty cloudy. Because of all the things that grown in or whatever. So you want the water looking pretty clear, and then you fill up your last one. You just fill up like that, and you just set it on the counter you can do 12 to 24 hours. That definitely gets it germinating, and. As you can see, it's a little cloudy still, so I would definitely, and you're just switching it around. And the reason that this is about 1/8 of a cup of the seed mix. And the reason that you put only that small amount is because you want to be able to really swirl the sprouts around and get the water rinsing off any bacteria or anything in the sprouts.
So how much was that?
It's 1/8 of a cup.
1/8 of a cup.
Yeah, and I do have all the instructions in each sprout mix available.
And what is in your sprout mix?
The sprout mix has mung bean that's the green, adzuki bean, buckwheat groats, wheat berry, and short grain brown rice.
Wow.
And
The rice is sprout?
yes,
Really?
it gets a little tail on the end. And the reason that that is actually included is because there's 4 essential amino acids available in the mix because of the beans and the rice that are in there. And the legumes have 2 essential amino acids, and then the nuts and grains have the other 2. And when they combine, they make a complete protein. So this is a
Complete protein mix.
yes,
Cool.
like your quinoa is, alone, but so, and then you get a variety. So I've got the names of the amino acids, which I would butcher, but but available if you'd like to know. So let's see. Let me get these charts back here. So after that first 12 to 24 hours, I take my jar again out of the sink. I rinse again, swirling around, and then I do this in the morning and in the evening. And then probably on, let's see, well, you see it already starts to sprout. Now you could, if you wanted to, that's the second day, right, because this is Saturday. This is the second day. I will usually wait for the 3rd day, because that's when you really can see sprouting action. So on that 3rd day, and because I like to continually have sprouts, I will then start another new jar. Because by the time I'm done with this jar, then the other jar will be ready. Because once on that 3rd day, then it'll take me about 3 days, because we don't eat a lot. Actually, I would probably do a bigger jar for all my animals, but so you could just see how much you're consuming within 5 to 6 days. You don't want it sitting in the refrigerator. Let me back up. After that 3rd day, and you're rinsing in the morning and the evening, after that 3rd day, and you're seeing it sprouting really well, I put it in the refrigerator, and that slows down the process. It does not stop it, but it slows it down. And that way it just kind of lasts a little longer. And then every day in the refrigerator, I take it out and I sniff it. That has been my best. Sprouts can harbor bacteria, and I know everybody's heard of, like alfalfa sprout, commercial alfalfa sprout issues, recalls and stuff like that. If you're clean and if you're rinsing at least once a day, you're rinsing all those kind of things off, and you're starting it fresh. So there is a product called grapefruit seed extract, GSE, which if you're concerned about bacteria, you can put that in the sprouts when you go to rinse. You put a couple drops in the water, do that rinsing, and that is supposed to take care of all the bacteria that might be any kind of E. coli or something like that. But honestly, I've been sprouting for at least 7 or 8 years, and my nose has always been my best detective. Because, let's see, there's a Sunday. Now, these are still really good, but they'll start to sour.
Yeah, so they reach their peak and then you gotta use them up.
Yeah, well, if I smell anything sour, I'm not going to use it. That's just, I want it to smell green and fresh and earthy.
Can I smell that one too?
Yeah. So that would probably be the last day. So that's like 6 days.
Yeah, this smells like hay.
Yeah. So as it sprouts and grows more, then you'll get a deeper, richer smell. When you're another thing I learned from Leslie is, so you drain your seeds out of all the water. I don't have a dishwasher. I just wash out of the sink and have a dish pan. So I let them sit this way. That way you have airflow covering more surface of the sprouts,
Right.
which is much better if you find that you don't want them damp, because that
No, that'll make
harbors
mold.
the bacteria.
Yeah.
So you want to get as much airflow in there as possible. And then, like in the refrigerator, you can put it in a bowl and keep it at that same level, you know, sitting like that, just so that it covers more surface. So definitely you want to make sure that they're dry before you put them back in, not sitting and soaking in water. Just at this stage, definitely not good.
Before you put it back in the fridge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when it's in the fridge, you're only doing it once a day.
Right. Okay.
But that's usually because you're taking it out and eating it.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
and
do it
it's
in
just
there.
a place to store it in between you.
Right. So with the sprouts, I not only just crunch them in my hand, but I also, you can put them in a smoothie. You can make a beautiful salad like this. I think that just is so alive and scrummy.
Beautiful.
It could be a nice little side dish.
The things that, I didn't bring my glasses. You
They're on
can,
your head.
you can, are they?
Silly.
No, it's like so natural now. Okay, you're gonna edit that out, right?
Nice try.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I've got a list here of, there's 4 categories: seeds, grains, legumes, and nuts. In the seeds, you can do fenugreek, flax, millet, pumpkin, radish, sesame, sunflower, and safflower. In the grains, you could do amaranth, quinoa, unhulled barley, which is pearl barley. Pearl barley won't sprout. So there's some things that you have to, like,
I think it's because of the processing.
peas, you don't get split peas because, of course, they've been split. But,
Yeah.
you know, some people just don't think about those
No.
things. Buckwheat groats, now you can't, there's some of the oats that have been already shelled and hulled and aren't able to sprout. So basically, if the outer part of the seed has been taken off, then of course it's not going to work. Buckwheat groats, brown rice, wheat berries, rye, and whole oats. Legumes, there's the tiny legumes are alfalfa and red clover. Medium are adzuki beans, mung beans, garbanzo beans, black turtle beans, and French lentils. And the large are soy and pinto. And nuts, raw unshelled almonds will sprout also. So a huge variety of things. And you can mix it up. You know, different flavors, like the alfalfa, the clover sprouts are very spicy. Have like a hot flavor to them.
Interesting.
So mixing them up is great. Like I said, the reason that we have this mix here is because it does make a complete protein. So you're getting your fullest amount
And
of.
they all sprout pretty evenly.
Yes, that is
They've probably
also
been selected because of
yeah, because some sprouts sprout differently. There's a couple other websites out there that do sell other sprout mixes, but you do find that like some of the rices, you want to make sure it's a short grain rice. That'll do it quicker than a long grain. So, is there any questions or?
I have a question.
Yeah.
When you mentioned almonds,
Yeah.
if you're allergic to nuts, do you think you would be allergic to the sprouts too, or would it be less concentrated, whatever is in it that makes you allergic?
Well,
Or more concentrated?
I am always on the side of caution, so I honestly wouldn't even
Okay.
attempt it. Yeah. If you're just finding that you're a little irritated by nuts, well, now they say that, and we had somebody come and talk about digesting nuts. They're a great protein, but your body almost takes as much energy to digest those nuts than it is that you're getting from them. So they suggest you sprout, like do the 12-hour soak, and then dry them out, and then you eat them. That's where you, and it boosts the nutritional value of the nut, but it also is more easily digested because that first 12 hours, think of the technical part, but it's like when you soak beans. It's that whatever is in the bean that you cannot digest, it gets washed away.
The insoluble part of it.
Yeah. So, yeah, but I honestly wouldn't. So many other great things that you can put in, definitely. So, all right, and so please come up and have some of the salad. Any of you that don't know what the ingredients are, let me just say again. There's the sprouts, spinach, cucumber, bell pepper, carrots, and onion in a sesame tahini dressing. Okay, so.
So, Lisa, can you tell us, since you've been sprouting for a long time, what have been some of the benefits that you've noticed in your life? I know, or your parrots, or your animals, all your animals, because...
Well, all of my animals live to be very old. I think that's a testament in itself, and today, you know, so all of my I have little finches and diamond doves, and they, you know, people are amazed when they come over. How old is it? Well, it's, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old, and that's really uncommon for those little small birds. So that, and of course, just a healthy environment. You know, there's no smoking or anything like that in our house, so all of that combined. I am a believer in preventive medicine rather than, you know, reactive. So I am, and also variety. So, like I will do this mix, and then I might, you know, try different for a while and kind of mix it up. But just always thinking in mind that this is actually the only example I think of a live food that you can consume and it is still alive and growing. There isn't anything out there that is available. So with that.
Yeah.
So. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, it did. And then for yourself too, what have you noticed on your physical self?
That I don't get sick or have colds or when everyone else does. You know, I do a couple other things, but you know, I'm always, and now it's just part of nature. You know, part of habit that I just eat that every day, and you know, I'm a vegetarian, so I do find I have to search for things to get those proteins. So that is a great way to do it. Yeah.
So this product, will you guys be carrying it in the gift shop?
Yes, it's out there right now.
Perfect. Okay.
It just arrived this week.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
And those lids?
Oh, yes, these are for sale. My friend Mike actually has a 3D printer, and he makes these.
Oh, wow.
And the plastic is actually out of corn.
Oh, cool.
So the only caution is that you cannot put hot water on them.
Oh.
So if you want to clean them, you could use lukewarm, and then you could do like a hydrogen peroxide
Really?
rinse. Because
What about like vinegar? You know, like vinegar.
Sure, anything that you feel is a cleansing agent, you know,
that they won't, you know.
the traditional Western medicine kind of thing would be a Clorox bleach in the water to, you know,
that would be
kill
like,
any bacteria, but
mm-hmm.
no, we don't like that. So, yeah, so he created these. And these are all for the wide mouth chopper, which I prefer than the regular because, again, you get more air in. So it just sits on there and you just
There you go.
screw it on. And that keeps it really simple. Yeah,
Right.
the sprouting lid. As you see, I ran out of lids, and my old backup was...
I see that mesh, yeah.
Yeah, netting. Netting works. But what happens with this is it gets holes in it, and some of the
Wears
seeds
out.
sometimes,
Slip out.
so it doesn't
Ruins
last
it.
very long. And But, you know, you
But
you use what you got. It's better to use that, you know, and sprout than not, you know. Pretty simple, you know, tools to use too, so. Cool. Anything else? No? Come up and sample this.